People, welcome back to Hot Kopics, episode 158, I think.
8, buddy.
Big up Doyle in the studio. How are we, fella?
Sound, yeah. Hello. How are you?
On cloud 9, mate.
Yeah. Why is that?
Well, we'll get into that, won't we? We'll get into that. Smash that like button, get your comments in, and subscribe to the Kop TV if you haven't already. Content we've been putting out in the last week, even during the international break, in my opinion, has been top. So if you haven't watched it, go back and do so. As we find ourselves bang slap in the middle of the international break for March. And we'll speak about how the players have got on and also Liverpool's next game, which is obviously the Everton game, which we'll speak about more in depth next week, as it is a Wednesday kickoff.
Yeah,
okay. So let's get into, first of all, how are you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm alright. Still getting a sleep out of my eyes a little bit. Got some training to do later. Had a good little weekend and that. Yeah.
Better than last weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, we did have a great weekend.
That was great. A boss weekend, mate.
Just
it was
apart from the football.
personally a wonderful weekend, but the football externally was crap.
Yeah.
But even so, it wasn't that bad. I felt a lot worse after losing cup finals, if I'm quite honest with you. So.
Yeah, and we won't bore you with how we felt because
we already
did that last week.
We already did that.
But let's, because it is the international break, let's just run through a couple of bits that have happened in terms of the Liverpool players, and then we'll get into me meeting Steven Gerrard. Diogo Jota recorded an assist. 6 Liverpool players represented their countries throughout Sunday. He stepped off the bench in the 62nd minute and then got an assist for Gonzalo Ramos.
For Liverpool,
mad game that, yeah. We'll speak about that as well. But mad game that, by the way. Portugal won 5-2 in extra time, 5-3 on aggregate, across 2 legs against Denmark.
Yeah, Højlund scored in the Ronaldo celebration.
Yeah, and then Ronaldo missed a pen last night.
Yeah, after Bruno standing there like this, he's going to score it.
Virgil van Dijk, Cody Gakpo both featured for the Netherlands in their second leg A quarter-final fixture. League A, sorry. This is the Nations League. Some of them are World Cup qualifiers, some of them are Nations League.
It's mad.
I've got no idea what's going on, mate. So in the second leg League A, quarter-final fixture against España. I actually watched a bit of this last night. It was 3-3, 5-5 on aggregate, bro. Really good game as well. Do you know what? The Nations League gets a bad
copy
rap.
Of the 2010 game that they had, lads. Just an alternative version of that.
Pretty much. Went to extra time. They were beaten 5-4 on penalties. Virgil scored his penalty. He was the first person to take one. I don't know if you've seen it. He smacks it at the keeper and it kind of bobbles in. Like it was a good pen, but it was a good save actually. And then it kind of got lucky and went in. Which makes me ask the question, why wasn't Virgil van Dijk taking a pen against PSG or Newcastle? I know we didn't get there. I mean, against PSG.
Maybe it's one of them things where Darwin Núñez has said, I want to, and as a captain he's went,
but as captain, you should be, in my opinion, putting your name down first, right? And then you say, who else wants one?
Mo has to go first, really, because he takes our pens.
But Virgil went first for Holland last night, so I don't really get it. And again, that's another 120 minutes in the bank for Virgil, right? He's played the most minutes out of any Liverpool player this season. Yeah, he's out now. And Gakpo played 78 minutes, so again, not the best 2 weeks for Van Dijk. He's been knocked out of 3 competitions in 2 weeks.
As captain as well. For all of that's painful for him, lad.
Really?
It's what it is.
Really painful. Meanwhile, Republic of Ireland's goalkeeper, Caoimhín Kelleher, they won last night, 2-1 win over Bulgaria in the second leg of the League B/C playoff. Straight over my head.
Yep.
And that was in Dublin. And there was a 4-2 victory on aggregate. And it's actually the first time, Doyle, that Ireland have actually won back-to-back games.
Ever?
No, for a long time.
Okay.
For a long time. So big up the boys in green, man. They got their win last night. Late winner from Adam Ida, I think. But listen, Kelleher in goal, getting a win. That's always a good thing. So big up them.
Captain was on,
He was. Andy Robertson was also captain. Played 73 minutes of Scotland's 3-0 home loss to Greece.
Did you see what he said to Simicas?
I'm the captain, Kostas.
Leave me alone.
I'm the captain, Kostas. Get out of here. He played 73 minutes, as I said. They lost 3-1 on aggregate, and Kostas Simicas was an unused substitute for the visitors. but obviously they played each other the week before, and
Yeah.
they were both on the pitch there. I tell you what, though, I'm reading these out. These aren't good.
No, they're not. They're terrible.
Dominic Soboslai involved for Hungary as they were beaten 3-0 by Turkey in the second leg of their League A/B playoff, resulting in a 6-1 defeat on aggregate.
Yeah, and you seen what Dom tweeted, didn't you?
And that's what I wanted to.
He's
I was leading on to.
Gula.
Yeah, Gula was giving it all this, right? And he's gone, and obviously the picture has come out of Gula doing that. And do you know what Soboslai has done? Sobo replied on the picture of the social media post where Gula is clearly doing this to him. And he's just responded by saying 1088. And people at first were like, what does this mean? It's actually the amount of minutes he's played this season for Real Madrid. So, do you like that? It's a bit petty, isn't it? Because you've actually had to go online and you've had to type in Arda Güler minutes played this season. It's petty, but he's ruined him.
Yeah, he has.
He has ruined him with that response. It's 4 letters, 4 numbers.
He's giving it the all shh and all that, and he should, right, because his team is beating Hungary, right, and that's the team that he's playing for currently. So he shouldn't really bring Real Madrid into it. But they've all got egos, lad, and they're all competitive. So they can have a little swipe at each other after his country's just lost 3-0. He's like, you know what? 1088, bro. What about that, lad? Yeah, you don't play for them. Hardly. I play for Liverpool. We're going to win the league. What? That, like, I get it.
And he's already beaten Gula once this season, 2-0.
So there you go, lads. It's just one of them. I think he's trying to humble a young man, but also absolutely the height of pettiness. Just get on with the job, lad. You know what I mean? You're lost. Just come back to Liverpool.
The minutes, though. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's like me looking up the amount of shows that Laurie's done this season.
Yeah, it's not.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
he's went out of his way to do it, but he could have also just been told by somebody. One of his mates could have just said, "Yeah, he's only played 10-8."
Yeah, but his mate would have had to look that up as well.
Yeah,
whoever it is would have had to look that up. So I don't know. What do you think? It's a bit of a hot topic this morning.
It's bad but funny. That's what I think. Don't do that, but also it's funny that you have.
Yeah. I mean, when I first saw it, I was a bit confused. Didn't know really what it meant, and then someone pointed it out, and it is petty. And as the captain of Hungary, you just lost 6-1. If you'd won the game, I think, you go, wow, look at him. He's absolutely ruined him numerically.
As well.
Yeah, with his minutes for Madrid. But, you just lost 6-1, Sobo, and he's obviously feeling a bit bitter. So he's just gone, you might have beat us 6-1.
But you're crap, lad.
I've played more minutes in the Carabao Cup than you have across the whole season, basically. So big him up either way. And there's a couple others to get through in terms of the internationals. Ibrahima Konate was an unused sub as they overcame Croatia 2-0 to earn a 2-2 aggregate draw before claiming the 5-4 win on pens.
The Shams doesn't like him, lad. And after the last game, he had to give a pen away, didn't he? And he got hooked afterwards. So you're not doing yourself any favours there.
I wouldn't say he doesn't like him. He knows how good he is. I just think he
never used him.
He likes Upamecano. He likes Saliba.
He didn't like
Koundé
Saliba for a while
there
either.
As well, yeah. Well, it was Konate that was in, and Saliba was kind of on the peripheries. But I'm actually quite happy that he didn't play any minutes.
Of course we are, as Liverpool fans. We want him to stay young, stay fresh, don't we, and come back nice.
Forever young.
As for his French career, honestly, not good. Not good, lad. He needs to be there with Saliba. Him and Saliba need to be their centre-back pair, mate.
Yeah. Harvey Elliott also got a goal for England under-21s. They had a mad game against France. Ryan Chekri stood out.
What a sick player he is.
Very much interested in bringing him to Liverpool one day as
very
number
dexterous
10.
lad. I don't know why he's not playing for the first team, to be honest with you. He's that good. He looks it. I mean, from his highlights, right? I've only seen proper highlights of him, and his highlights look like he plays like Thiago. Genuinely, you don't know what foot he is. He can kick with any foot. He passes it. He's really dexterous in his technical ability. Like, he looks proper serious in me. Those like.
Yeah, there's a couple of players actually for the under-21s in England, for France, for Spain, that you think, how are they not touching or knocking on the door? Good example of that is Michael Olise,
who
was in the Olympics team, let's not forget, and then was the under-21s, gets a goal and assist on, I don't think it was his debut for the first team, was it? But he did very well in their game against Croatia.
That's how good French are, mate.
Mo Salah scored as well for Egypt and assisted.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously Curtis Jones had a decent game at Wembley the other night.
All right.
You were there up until kick-off and then got off.
Yeah. So I actually perform at Wembley for the England international games, which is funny, innit? And every time I can watch the game if I want to. I can go straight into the stadium, sit on a seat and watch the game. But I don't. I go home to beat the traffic because Yeah.
I wish we'd done that for
If it was
Wembley
Liverpool,
last
I'd
week.
be right there, lad. I'd be like, F the traffic, I'll stick with it, no problem. But it's not, it's England, so getting off me, lad. Sorry.
Fair enough.
But
No,
it doesn't
I'm
mean
not
I don't
having a
enjoy
go.
it. Super enjoy performing at Wembley, but definitely it's not my
It's not your
my
cup
team,
of tea, is it?
unfortunately.
They don't play in red. So I mean, there's your international fixtures. I mean, I'm going to go through what's to come this week, and then we'll get on to more Liverpool stuff. But
England are playing again today, aren't they?
England, Latvia for the first ever time ever, apparently, as England lie first in what even table? This is the
We've never
World
played
Cup
Latvia.
qualifying,
I don't know what, honestly, lad.
and there's still Nations League games going on at the same time. So that's a 7:45 kickoff tonight. Again, interested to see if Jarrell Quansah makes it. Curtis Jones.
I think he'll switch the team up, lad. He's got to. This is his opportunity for him to mess about with the team a little bit, isn't
for
it?
sure. So I'm just trying to see. On Wednesday night, there's a juicy one.
What?
Argentina, Brazil.
Yeah, and I'm not looking forward to that, lad. Seeing what happened to Ali. You didn't mention this.
Yeah.
Ali got buttered, lad.
Concussed.
Yeah.
But he's fine though. He's back in Liverpool now.
And also-
I actually prefer that he's just back
Same.
and he can take. I mean, we've still got Doyle another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days till the Everton game. So for Ali to just have a week chilling
Yeah.
back on
Fantastic.
Merseyside, that's brilliant news.
Same with
I mean,
Ryan, lad.
I was a bit scared though.
Ryan's the same, mate. Ryan come as soon as he went
Yeah.
to international duty, pulled something or felt something, and just went on straight away, which is I'm okay with. I
I'm
wish
okay with
Mache
that.
and all the other boys would do as well. Mache in particular is one of them I'm looking at like, you're going to come back shattered
He just
again.
loves Argentina.
And
that-
of course. Not like, I'm not saying don't play for your national team. As a selfish perspective, I just hope he comes back fit, because we all know them South American players after the international break are shattered. They've travelled miles,
and
mate.
it's always late kickoffs. They're always the last to play. They'll be playing like Thursday morning.
I think they has to bring the fixture forward, you know. Both
Yeah.
clubs, Liverpool and Everton, has to bring it to the Tuesday instead of the Wednesday, but it got denied. Don't know why they want to
I think
do
it's to do with Arsenal actually, because they play Everton at 12:30 on the Saturday.
So
but they
Everton
also
wanna bring
play
it
on
back.
the Tuesday night, so they're Tuesday, Saturday, and we're Wednesday, Sunday.
And Everton are feeling hard done by because they should be Tuesday, Saturday as well, which is fair.
Yeah, no,
Fair.
we asked. Both Merseyside clubs were like, "Hey lads,
Yeah,
got
we'll
a
do
point
it, you know,
there,
lads.
lads.
Yeah, go
We'll
ahead.
ask."
Yeah,
And then it didn't get passed through because Arsenal.
yeah.
And it's funny because we play Everton, then Fulham, I think,
Everton, Fulham, yeah.
and then Arsenal play Fulham, then Everton.
Yeah.
But
It's mad
before
that,
us
innit?
as well. So we'll see what happens there. But Argentina, Brazil. And the only reason why me and Doyle say we're a bit worried about this game is like, that's a derby.
Doesn't matter if it's a friendly. It doesn't matter
They're gonna
if
be
they're just having a
kicking
kick
lumps
about in
out
the
of each
park.
other.
Yeah, they want to kill each
And
other.
obviously the other night it was Uruguay, Argentina.
And even
as
they
well.
hate each other as
And
well.
they were fighting. Nunes had to jump in and square someone up, and
Yeah.
Macalite dragged him away.
It's always
even
beef.
though they're on the other teams. Little Liverpool link up there. You've also got Colombia versus Paraguay at midnight on Wednesday.
Behave, Diaz. Behave, lad.
Luchito, behave, my friend. And then any more on Thursday, or is that it? No, it goes back to regular programming
I
after
can't wait to get the red
Thursday.
men back. Like, honestly, I'm
So-
desperate to get these red men back.
Yeah, and then obviously we play. Hang on, Jack Cheeseman's calling me.
Jack Cheeseman, what are you doing,
He's my best
Cheesy?
mate. I'll tell him. I'll call him after. Jack, you're live on the Hot Kopics podcast. Please do not swear, my friend. I'm just sitting here with Doyle. We're recording the podcast. I thought, it's my best mate, so I'll pick up. But I'll have to call you after.
Very nice. Go on, give me a ding now.
Go on, G. In a bit. He's in Thailand at the minute.
Is he, yeah?
Cheesy balls, yeah. Yeah, so international break after Thursday, after the South American lads finish that game.
When do they actually get back? Friday.
Which is still a decent break.
It is
though,
actually Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
5 days.
So they'll get back. I mean, the game finishes our time at 2 a.m. Thursday morning. So
As
let's
in,
say
it's on Wednesday night
they'll
then?
probably get back. No, it's Wednesday night midnight.
Yeah.
But our time it'll finish early hours
Yeah, yeah.
Thursday. So let's say they get back Friday.
I think
That's
they'll
a long
probably
way
get
to
back
travel.
Thursday, you know.
Maybe
probably-
they'll probably just be straight on the plane, won't
That's
they?
what they usually do, lad. When I was in the Paris game, when I was waiting for them to come out of the stadium, they went straight on the bus, lad. They're going straight to the airport or
Yeah.
straight wherever they go to travel back.
And actually, from that kind of place in the world, you could probably get the City, United, and Liverpool players all on the same flight
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
I know they do that sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
They share flights,
Which
don't
is
they?
understandable, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. You
They're all high-profile
can't
people,
all,
mate.
can't all just get a private jet each.
Yeah.
But anyway, international football, fan or not, I think what it has done is made Liverpool fans even more nervous that we're not going to win the league. Have you found this?
Don't know why.
Like the international break goes on and you kind of forget about the incredible 8 months that you've just had, and you go, "Oh my God, we're gonna."
We're just traumatised. Like, we're all just traumatised.
Get away from that way of thinking.
Yeah, we're all just a traumatised fan base. To lose this league now would be cataclysmic, and it's not necessarily that Liverpool are the best team that's ever existed. It's more the fact that Arsenal
are going to win the league.
Yeah. It's more the fact that Arsenal
they've
got no strikers. They are going to struggle to win any game going forward. Simple as that.
I think the max points they can get is 85. Our max points is 97.
Yeah.
And we'd have to lose 5 games out of 11. We've lost 1 game all season in the Premier League. It's not going to happen.
No.
Even if we crumble and fumble.
If we draw against Everton, don't worry, because there's still points to pick up.
We are going to beat Everton in the derby.
P-Mac, right, has pinned on our chat. He's literally said, Liverpool will beat Everton and Arsenal will drop points to Everton. Mark my words, it's going to happen.
It will.
And we like to keep each other accountable, so he's pinned it in the chat to be like, I am that confident it's getting pinned, lad.
Also, do you remember last season when we were watching the game together here, the derby, and it was 0-0 after 70 minutes?
Oh, yeah,
and you were going, oh, we're going to draw this, we're going to lose this. And I went, we'll win 2-0.
And we did.
And we won 2-0. It's just Everton.
We'll
It's
be
what
all
happens
right.
Anyway. So, yeah, international break out the way, which allows us to now talk about the weekend just gone, right? And I have to say, thank Christ that my mum was born on Scotland Road and I support Liverpool Football Club, because the way I love my club right now, don't forget, we've just lost the Wembley Cup final and all that, but I'm talking about off the pitch. They're just the best football club and I can prove it, right?
I can prove it.
They invited me to this LFC Partners Summit on Thursday night in District in the Baltic. It's a
was that
nightclub.
thing you were with Jack with? No,
that was the day after. So this was Thursday night and I had a +1, so I took Tegan with me.
Bless.
And it was basically just a celebration of all the content creators, the partners that they've worked with. So like Cadbury's were there, UPS, all the sponsors like Lucasade, Google Pixel. And then they had Keo performing, they had the Cheap Thrills performing. Jamie Webster came out and did a little bit. So that was really good to see. I was chatting to him on Saturday at the game. So it was like this coming together of all the people that have worked with LFC. So I walked in, Scouse GK's there.
Joe.
I was like, oh wow, what a nice surprise to see you.
Joe.
Tammy was there, big up him. Tamtalizer TV.
Yeah, Tammy.
Big up to Dave was there, he's a content creator. Big up to Raheem, my boy Raheem. I was with him yesterday. So it was just nice because it was only like a 5-minute walk from my flat.
Yeah, that is.
So like we went down there, said hello to a few people that work at the club, and free bar. So I was obviously on that. I've been niced up this weekend when it comes to free bars. I haven't paid for a drink in about a week.
Last weekend was the same,
which is great, and last weekend. And we had a really good night. I kind of Tegan got to like 9:30, and she's like, I'm gonna get off, like I'm really tired. And I was like, all right, I'll be home in an hour. Obviously, I was out till I think they left District at 11, and then I was like, right, time to go home. And then they were like, oh, we'll go motel. Come motel for one. In town, on Seal Street. So I've rolled in there, literally one drink, had that and went home. And it was a really good night. Just wholesome, Yeah. And that was Thursday. Friday, I mean, what a time I've had during an international break. I don't think it'll ever be beaten. So then the Friday, we got invited to the Legends training. We've put the vlog out for that. So if you haven't seen it, go and watch it, bro. Jack was there with me. We were at the AXA. Got there early. You know what I'm like. I said to Jack, let's be the first ones there. I don't want anyone to get there before us. Because with these things, like obviously the Red Men are always there, the Anfield Rap, the competitive nature kind of comes out of me. I love all them guys, visible, but I want to be the first ones there. I want to get the best seat in the building, and that's just the way me and Jack have kind of, built up this thing in the last 5 years, and yourself. So we get there super, super early. No one's even there. Film this little bit outside. Mighty Reds wandering around. We get the very first row in the press conference. Babel and Cisse walking past. Crouchy comes in, does the press conference. Couple of mates who work for Peter Crouch Pod, who you've met, John and Sam. You actually spilt a Guinness over Sam on my birthday.
No. Good way round.
Sorry, he spilt a Guinness. Obviously,
swilled me, lad. Yeah. Me all white, brand new white t-shirt, completely black with Guinness, lad. And then I went home.
And then he gave me that pint that he replaced.
He bought me another pint, and I was like, Gilly, you can have that.
No,
I'm
he's a
soaking
good lad, though.
Yeah, he's a loving lad.
So they came in, and I had no idea they were going to be there. So it was great to see them. Did the press conference just before. I said to John, like, is there any funny bits I can say about Crouchy that he won't expect me to know? He said he's forgot his boots, lad, so say that. That'll be funny. Abby's in sound buying Sports Direct boots now. Lad.
That's hilarious.
So I said that, and it went down really well. And then after that, we went to training.
Yeah.
And at this point, people still thought Gerrard was going to be at the training. So we get out to the training, and it's a bit late, to be fair. They came out about half an hour late. And yeah, everyone was there apart from Gerrard, Bishkan and Skirtle, I think. But just being on the same bit of grass as Crouch, Sami Hyypiä, Dirk Kuyt, Babel, Cisse. These are all like, not all of them are bona fide legends. I'd say definitely Sami Hyypiä is.
It's just nostalgic, isn't it? These are players that you watch growing up with.
Yeah, and you know, they've still got it. They're all in top shape still. So I was watching them train.
Watching some of the finishing that they were doing, lad, and honestly, I was like, these are old fellas, lad. These are rapping these shots.
45,
like.
50, 55, some of them.
Do a belters, lad.
Yeah, and Sami Hyypiä, I've got to say, bro, Crouchy was unreal. But I have to say, in terms of like physique, who impressed me the most, Sami Hyypiä.
Was he a fit man?
He's
lad?
probably the oldest one there. Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, we'll look it up. How old is Sami Hyypiä, Has?
He must be in his 50s now.
He's got to be at least 50.
Yeah.
But bro, the shape that fella is in, he's not got an ounce of fat on him. Still got all of his hair. Was pinging it around. You know, like the old school footballers that have like them big ankle straps on, where it makes their ankle look like
massive.
That at the side. He still had them on.
yeah, but
like,
still pinging it everywhere.
Classic, mate.
Belter.
So yeah, we were really lucky to go to that. Shout out to the foundation who opened the door for us there. Again, the vlog's online. He's 51.
51, there you go, lads.
51 years of age, bro, and he looks like he's 36.
Elite athletes, aren't they, lads?
Unbelievable.
Some of them go fat, some of them are like, nah, I'm staying on this. Jamie
Crouchy
will be the same.
Millie will be the same.
Yeah.
Crouchy's obviously just never...
he's not going to get fat. I don't think he can get fat.
No,
lad. Imagine Crouchy fat. That would be mad.
6 foot... No, it's impossible. His metabolism is unbelievable.
Doesn't let him, lad. Yeah, by the time it's already disintegrated by the time it gets to the stomach, it's that long,
literally.
lad.
So he looked great as well, to be fair.
His finishing was great, lad. I watched, like I said, lad, I watched some of the training stuff, and genuinely brilliant. He looked like he could just... He was still dexterous, lad. Had all the little clinical finishing and that.
He got a lot of praise when he was a footballer about being tall and having great feet for a big man. But I tell you what, when you see him in close quarters, bro, he's still got it.
Yeah, of course.
He's still got it. He trains well. You know, his touch is unbelievable. He's very skillful. I don't think people realise how skillful Peter Crouch is.
He's a belter.
With the volleys, the little half
Remember
volleys.
when he scored for Stoke City?
Days.
Takes a touch, lad, and wraps it from like
he had no right to
40
even
yards
shoot
on an angle, lad. It goes up like... He's a
Don't forget about the overhead kicks that he scored
for Liverpool,
as well.
lad, yeah.
Yeah.
Belters, hat-tricks and that with them as
Hat-tricks
well.
for England, hat-tricks for Liverpool, against Arsenal as well. So, yeah, unbelievable to be at the training. Like I said, the vlog's out, go and watch that. But then the next day, that was the main event. It was the Legends game against Chelsea. So, went down there very early before kickoff, got in the press seat. We're in the press box. The first time I'd actually been in the press box at Anfield. Normally, when I'm in the Kop, you kind of look over to the press box and you see all the journalists there working for all the different publications. Bro, you walk into the press box and then you go up to your seat. But in the press media area, they do a little like meal deal for you.
Like a little butty and a bit of
like a butty drink,
sitting there for that
fruit, crisps and chocolate.
Yeah.
So you get that, and if you're lucky, you can get that twice because
no one's come next to
you. So we went in there, mate, and it was unbelievable. Like the view of from the press box. But then,
do you know what I've always wondered? Are they elevated up? Are they higher, or are they on the same level as you?
Which?
The players that are speaking. No, like when you get Arne Slot and he's on the bench. Is he like on the same level as them chairs, or is he like on a platform?
Same level.
Same level.
Same level. But you're still about. You saw where I was sitting. You're still like, I'd say, one tier up, and then it's the press box.
Yeah.
And then it's like the next tier up is like the directors and the lounge and stuff like that. But amazing experience to sit there. I've never sat there, and I could get used to it. To be honest, decent leg room, plugs, cover from the rain. Decent, loved it. So then the game kicks off and you're thinking, right, let's see what we've got here. Stevie's on the pitch, he's wearing the Preds. It's the first time I'd seen Stevie because he wasn't at the training. So the game kicks off quite slow, to be honest, as you can imagine.
Of course.
I mean, their team, when I saw the team sheet, bro, I can reel it off. Kudachini in goal.
Yeah.
In the centre backs, they had William Gallas, Babiaro. Who else was it? Oh my word! They had Dennis Wise in midfield with Ramirez.
Yeah, just
right?
kicking everybody to
Gaston
bits.
Ramirez. He's an absolute. Honestly, he just goes on booting.
He looks so different now, by the way. Ramirez looks so different, lad.
He's put on. He was actually one of the ones that wasn't in the best
Bro,
shape.
he had a full-on haircut and that. Like, I'm used to seeing him baldy and that was mad.
But he only stopped playing a few years ago. And then you had Loic Remy. I was thinking, right, he only stopped playing about 3 years ago. He's going to be good. You had Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, who used to, honestly, him and Sami Hyypiä during the game were like proper going at it with each other. But they were like that in their playing days. Jimmy Floyd was some player, you know.
I know.
So powerful. I know. But him and Hyypiä were like, they shook hands at the end. But
that's what they wanted, their competition, lad.
To each other, trust me.
Right.
But some of their players, Fran Malouda, playing in
lad.
midfield again, probably only stopped playing about 5, 6
so
years
you're
ago.
some young fellas, really, compared to the Liverpool
and that's
legends.
why I was a bit nervous. I was thinking, shit, Chelsea could win this. But as the game kicked off, there was no chances really in the first half. Nothing really happened. There was a Gerrard cross and a Hyypiä header. Dennis Wise was all over Hyypiä, and then Hyypiä was going like that for a pen.
Yeah.
Everyone was laughing. But I tell you what, Jay Spearing, unbelievable.
Yeah, he's fine, bro. He's coaching still, lad.
He plays for the under-21.
Yeah, he's still there. He's not like, although he's a retired footballer, he's still playing football frequently, lad. So I expect him to be probably the best player on the pitch in terms of fitness and technique, because he's doing it. He's still doing it, lad.
Him and Dennis Wise, that was not on my bingo card for 2025, watching them go at it.
Did he smoke him, though?
Bro, because you know in these like charity games, like everyone's friendly. If someone fouls someone, they grab them and bring them back up.
Dennis Wise was not that fella.
Two, honestly, I think Spearing had left a couple of... Listen, Dennis Wise is never innocent.
No.
But Spearing definitely left a couple on him. Yeah. But Wise had already left a couple. So it was like, you kick me, I kick you kind of thing. And then there was this bit where Spearing's just taking him out. And Wise is kind of like stamped on him as he's coming up. And I was like...
Whoa,
this is a friendly charity game.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to the LFC Foundation. Unbelievable amount of money raised for this. So it was played in really good spirit. But there was this moment where kind of the refs brought them together, and Dennis Wise is saying, giving it all that. And it was the first time I've ever seen at a Legends game like two players.
I mean, it's Dennis Wise.
The ref was like shake hands, and he's kind of done that, and then Wise has even then like ripped it off and given him one of them like see you in the tunnel kind of vibes.
Yeah.
So it was a bit on top, to be fair. Jersey Dudek went off injured after like 20 minutes, which was quite sad. It's actually his birthday today, so shout out Jersey. Sander Westerveld came on and made a good save against Chelsea, decent header. But it was a poor first half. And actually Tasha Dowie came on, who was a history maker. She was the first ever woman to play in this Legends game, which is massive. You know, I was speaking to her on the Friday. She knew what it meant. And her first involvement, you know what? She was the best player on the pitch when she came on up until half time when she got taken off. But she comes on, right? And there was this moment where the ball's kind of skidding around in the box. Makalele is coming to it and she goes, "Bosh, hold that," to Makalele. And he's on the floor. You know when their arms go up and they're like, Mate, she absolutely flattened the Claude Makalele, man. She absolutely flattened him, yeah.
Good.
Which was unbelievable to see. And then all of a sudden, Makalele's going like that. Tasha Dowie's going, "Oh, that you sausage." Makalele played well. Yeah, still got it, by the way. And there's a story about him actually at the after party as well, which I'll say. So then the second half comes around. Cisse, Benayoun, Crouchy comes on. And don't forget, I spoke to Abby, Peter's wife, just before the game. She was disgraced that he wasn't starting the game.
No, but she was made up with his performance.
She was made up, mate. She loved it.
I've seen it.
So all of these lads came on. Florence Cinema Pongo had a really good game. Yeah. Mark Gonzalez had a good game. And then in the second half, we started seeing Stevie just like outside of the foot to the left winger. Little reverse here, left foot ping, right foot ping. Some of the pings were special. There was one opportunity he had to score. We got a free kick about 30 yards out, and you're thinking,
Gerrard,
this is prime Stevie territory. So you know how like you'll have a right footer standing over the ball and a left footer to confuse them. Yeah. So he was standing ready to shoot, and Aurelio was also standing there,
he's got a belt,
who had a great game as well, and scored that amazing free kick against Chelsea, didn't he?
Pinged it over to
Florence Cinema Pongo.
Yeah, to cross in
for the goal. So they're standing over it, and I'm thinking everyone's like, right, got their phones out. Stevie's going to take this, and they kind of both run up to it, and then all of a sudden Aurelio just bangs it like 20 yards over the bar. And you can tell that if that was a Prem game, Gerrard would have been like, what
Fuming.
what are
So
you
he just
doing,
took
lads?"
it. He
And he just
took it.
kind of looked at him and went, "Lads, why have you done that?"
Yeah.
But he didn't want the crowd to see that he was angry at him.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we
yeah.
kind of all just went, "Oh, why is Aurelio taking that?"
Would have been nice to see Gerrard do it though. We needed the Gerrard free kick.
Yeah, we all
downfield,
wanted
mate.
to see it. That's what every time he got the ball,
You should have said
the
they
crowd
come to
gets
see me,
up.
you know, lad,
Yeah.
not you, bro.
Literally. But don't forget, obviously, Aurelio scored that famous free kick against Chelsea. So maybe he thought, let me take
Belter
this
free
again.
kick, that was.
From a similar area. And then anyway, it's 0-0, game's going nowhere. And all of a sudden, Aurelio over to the right for Pong goal. Crouch, right? He's a eager beaver. He's in the box thinking, let me stand on the smallest man. I think it was Bosingwa,
Yeah.
who he stood on. And it was almost like them crosses that are like dug out a bit. It
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
like
behind
he's
him a
put
little
his
bit.
arm out and whipped it.
Yeah,
He's kind of like dug it out the
Yeah.
floor. It was a bit of a nothing cross, but what Crouch he does, and he's done this time and time again in his career, right? Over 100 Premier League goals, the most headers ever in the Premier League.
Makes sense.
Right, the ball's kind of floating in, and because he's kind of missed the taller centre backs, Crouchy's got kind of behind the smallest, Jose Bosingwa. And Bosingwa, I looked at him, he's almost like, yep, I've got this, I'll just head this away. And before he gets there, Crouchy's kind of gone, bosh,
Yeah.
which is just typical forward, centre forward, number 9 play.
Lad, that header was a belter.
And,
That was a
and bro, the
proper
header
that.
was unbelievable.
Even though he's going in front of me, still sort of going backwards.
Yeah.
To head the ball.
And he
It's
kind
almost
of-
like he's hooked it with his head, lad.
Yeah, and
was
it floated
genuinely-
in.
It was exceptional, lad. It was top
It
corner
was honestly
as well.
one of the best headers I've seen at Anfield for
Genuinely, it
years.
was that good. Like, I was looking at it going, Jota, Nunes, Diaz and that. Seen him?
Well, that famous quote came out after, well, not a quote, the stat that said in 2025, combined goals at Anfield between
341.
Jota, Nunes and Diaz is 2, and Crouch has got 2 already in 2025. So anyway, the first goal goes in, he runs over to the Kop, tells everyone to wait,
Does the robot,
and then does the robot,
Belter.
right? And I was with his brother-in-law John, who was going mad. And do you know what? It was one of those moments. Yes, it's a charity game, but it was 59,000 people in that stadium, bro. It was the most fans Crouch has ever played in front of at Anfield.
Really?
Because it was 40k when he
of
played for
course,
us.
yeah.
And it was like, I was so happy for him because obviously, I know Crouchy a bit, and he never thought he'd have that feeling ever again, scoring in front of the Kop. His kids had never seen him play for Anfield, at Anfield or play football.
Why? Because they were babies.
Yeah, or never play for Liverpool for sure.
Yeah.
So for him to get that moment, like, and the family were just so over the moon for him, and it was
Of
beautiful,
course.
mate. I loved it. And then 10 minutes later, Mark Gonzalez chips it into the box. Robert Huth, right? Because Crouchy and Huth used to play together at Stoke.
Yeah.
So he was saying before, oh, please don't kick me, Rob. Like, I know we're mates, but don't kick me and all that. So it's kind of like a nothing ball again. It gets looped up. Huth kind of misses. I think Crouch heads it onto Huth's head, and then it finds itself just bouncing. But Huth's like, where's it gone?
Yeah.
And before he's turned around, he's kind of just guided
Instinctive, lad.
it over the keeper, and he's running away. He can't believe it.
Yeah,
He
it's
can't believe
instinctive.
that he scores 2.
Yeah, but that's like one of them type of finishes where you don't know what you're doing, you've just done it because he's done it thousands and thousands of times when he was a young man, and it just came out again, lad. It was almost like riding a bike. He just lifted it over the keeper and went, "Oh yeah, he's right."
Yeah.
You know, like
And he scored 2, does the robot again, and then the game finishes 2-0, man. And it was such a beautiful moment for the club to have all these legends back on the pitch.
Nice.
I mean, you saw Tottenham play AC Milan yesterday. There was about 20,000 there.
Did you see Pirlo's free kick?
Yes.
What the hell?
Wow.
What the
Still
hell,
got
lad?
it. And that proves that it's technique, not power.
It is, yeah.
It's all about technique. He's wrapped his leg over the ball there. But I have to say, well done to Liverpool, because I think in the press conference before, there's only 3 teams that sell out Legends games in the world. It's Real Madrid, Liverpool, and Man United. And amazing for the foundation to raise that much money. They were giving away signed shirts and stuff. So I kind of go straight to the mix zone, and that's the bit in Anfield where all the press line up. The players might come past. They don't have to, because there's another way. There's another exit from the changing room. So I'm waiting there, and the girl was like, "Oh yeah, Crouch is coming. He's going to do a press conference with Barnes." So we went and did that. I asked him a question there again. And then I think Sander Westerveld, Clavan, Ben Ayoun, Jay Spearing, they're the only ones that kind of came and had a little chat with the press.
Yeah.
Tasha Dowie as well. But obviously people were waiting for Stevie G, but I'm not being funny. Stevie G just gets off. You just get off. So at this point, I'm thinking, the dream of meeting Stevie G has kind of gone. I didn't see him at training, didn't get to interview him, whatever. Like, it is what it is, right?
At least I got to see him play again.
Yeah, I got to see him play in the Preds in 2025. Amazing hairline.
I know.
Hasn't moved an inch,
What the hell,
by the
lad?
way, in like 40 years.
What the hell? He's had the same haircut for 50 years or something, lad.
And he's still, like, he's not, like, as fit, obviously, as he was, but he's still got it, man.
Still Gerrard,
Technique's still there, and the hairline, teeth, unbelievable. Beautiful, man. So I'm thinking, right, that's that now. So the game kind of peters out. Raheem, who's my mate, was like, lad, do you want to just go to the after party? And I was like, I don't think I'm technically on the list, but because I've been there for the last 2 days, like, we should be able to get in. So Sam and John are in there as well with Crouchy. So we go to Gino Sky Bar, the Amelia Hotel on Old Hall Street. So we get in there, and I'm wearing just to ensure that I get in, I'm wearing like the press accreditation thing. So we get out to the front, and 3 people are like, can I have a picture? And I'm like, with me? And they're like, yeah. So the guy on the door thinks, like, you can go in.
Yeah, lucky there.
Like, lucky. Yeah. And Raheem's got the Liverpool puffer jacket on, so we look official. We get to the door. The girl doesn't even question it. She's like, yeah, I'll tap you up, because you have to tap. A card has to be pressed in the lift to get up to the top floor. She might have. Yeah. So we go up, and we're in the lift going, I think we're in here. You know? Yeah. The door's open, bro. And I don't know if you've been to Gino Sky Bar before. It's like a 360 view of the city. It's really cool. So we jump in there, get in, wristbands are on. The lad that we know, Chris, top lad here, Chris Marr, he says, go and have a bevy, lads. You're in now, so you can relax. So we get in there. This is like maybe 10 to 8 or something. See Crouchy is with the kids and Abby and John and all that. So I'm walking in, high-fiving Cisse. Sammy Hippier's there. Dirk Coutts there with his lady at the bar. And all the Chelsea lads are there as well, because they're like, well, we've come up for this, we might as well have a little drink and celebrate. So like Rob Green was there, Frank Sinclair used to play for Chelsea, Makalele was there. So there's just like legends everywhere at this stage. So I'm having a bevy, cracking on and all that. Nice little canapes, sliders and that going around. Chatting to Crouchy about his guy. I was like, yes man, I'm so made up for you. I was having a chat with him outside. And then it gets to like 9:30 and Raheem's like, I'm going, bro. Like he wasn't drinking, so he's like, I'm gonna get off. And I text Tegan, like, I'll be home at 11. So I text her saying I'll either be home at 7, or if I get into this party, I'll be home at 2 in the morning. Like, who knows? Yeah. See how it gets on. So then it gets to 9:30. Raheem's like, I'm going. So I go outside. I'm chatting to someone outside. It's like 10:15 now. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go. I'm getting off. It's time to go. I've said hi to everyone. Do you know what I mean? It's probably time to go. So I go like that. And Gerrard's walked in. This is like 10:30 now. And he's hugging Crouchy. And I'm like, this is my chance. I'm going to meet Stevie G now. Because, bro, I swear to God, like, you've met loads of famous people as well. I feel like this is the only time I've been starstruck. Yeah,
sometimes you get used to it. When it's the younger ones, for me, like, the younger lads, I'm like, cool. You're around my age. You're just a lad like me. Not like, we're not the same, but you don't understand what I mean.
You treat them like when I was with Harvey and Curtis. I
you
felt
get the same references, and we all understand each other's generation and all that type of stuff. When it's the older fellas, you're a little bit like, oh my God. Like when we did Ian Rush, lad, I'm like, oh my God, like you're Rushy, a man, you're a grown. Like, I'm 32, but you're a legend of this football club. I have to be so respectful to you because I love you. Just like it's weird, isn't it? It's like
actually the other time I was
starstruck. It's like the little kid comes out in you a little bit because they're your childhood heroes.
Liam Gallagher as well. I did get starstruck when I met him, and that didn't end well, did it?
It's mad, no.
So anyway, Gerrard's walked in, and I'm gone because like Sam and John, they're all about to leave, and then Stevie walks in. And I swear to God, bro, I've never seen a man enter the room with that much aura. And I put him in the category as like a Thierry Henry, a David Beckham. When he walks in the room, everyone goes, fucking hell, Stevie's just walked in. Because there was a rumour that he went to a bar in Formby after where he lives. And everyone was like, there's no way Stevie's coming to this. There is no way. He's in Formby. There's no way he's getting into town to come to this. Like he's a bit too cool for school. Like he won't come. So I'm like, oh my God, he's there. So I'm like, I've got to get a picture of him. I said to Crouchy, like, can you line up a little pic? He was like, yeah, don't worry. But I couldn't rely on him because Crouchy was like DJ and he was all over the gaff, bevied up. Like, love him when he's on the bevies. He's so much fun. So like, there's this random guy standing there. Stevie's next to me and I'm going, because I didn't want the selfie. Do you know what I mean? It just looks
you want
a bit,
someone to take the photo.
I want like a proper. Lads. I want one of them. I don't want that one because I did that with Noel Gallagher and it just looked a bit shit. So like, there's this random guy there and I've gone like that. put the flash on my phone. I was like, right, he's going to walk past in a sec. Are you all right to take a picture of me and Stevie? So he said hello to someone, and then he's got next to me, and I've gone, oh, is it all right if we have a pic? And I've pointed to the camera. So he's gone to the cameraman and put his arm around the cameraman as if I'm taking the pic. And I'm like, no, he's taking it. So this random fella's just had Gerrard like that,
right, lad.
and didn't even get a pic with him.
That's funny.
So he's taken it. Obviously, it's a nice picture. We're both smiling. He's got a little Peroni in his hand. And then after, I said, how good did you look in them Preds today, by the way? And he went, oh, I always look good, lad. He said that.
Fair play.
And then he kind of just walked off, and I posted it, and Raheem's gone, lads, I'm coming back. And he's a faulty with Gerrard. So I'm like, well, look, he's locked off in the corner now.
He's gone now,
he
bud.
probably doesn't want,
Yeah.
But literally everyone went over and asked for a picture, and he said yes to everyone. So it was a private party, but obviously there's a few lads that have sneaked in the back door of thing and got pictures with him. So yeah, he was locked off in the corner. Raheem's come back. He's like, lads, come over and help me.
That's
I'm
probably
like,
why he doesn't go to these events,
yeah,
lads, because everyone's
probably.
on him, lads.
But
He's
you
like,
know
just
what? He
wanna
was
chill,
in a
lad.
good mood. Like, he'd had a few bevies. Like, I've heard in the past, you know, him saying no to pictures. I've heard, but I've seen it with my own eyes. Like, he was brilliant with everyone. So Raheem gets his picture, him and Crouchy in the same picture, actually, even better picture than mine. So it gets to like 11:30, and everyone, like I said, bro, everyone was leaving. And then Gerrard walked in.
And everyone was like, we're staying.
We're all staying for another hour and a half now. So I think it got to like 11:30. I was like, right, I've had a good time. I will leave now.
Yeah.
Got a Voy down the Dock Road, and then at, I don't know if you know this, but 11:45 the Voys run out, don't they? They all stop.
Yeah.
Right?
Didn't know that.
So I'm on it for about 3 minutes, pissing down with rain, stopped. So I had to carry it to the next, not carry it, I had to wheel it along with no battery in
You can't
it.
just leave it.
No, man. You have to take it to a parking bit. So I took it there and then ended up just walking home for like 15 minutes. I could sit in the rain. And then I got in, I was like, I met Gerrard. Tegan's like,
From pictures with Gerrard to wheeling on a scooter home in the rain. It's funny, innit?
Humbles you. Life comes at you quick,
It
people.
does, it's funny, life.
So yeah, anyway, I got home. Tegan was like, oh, would you mind staying in the spare room? Like, me and Gus are all tidy and cozy. I was like, yeah, I won't be able to sleep for like an hour and a half anyway. I'm
super
still,
charged.
so I posted it, all the comments were coming in. You know, like when you're just like, because I got the picture of him. I was going around to people in the bar going, look, I've just got a picture of Stevie
of course,
G.
Gerrard, love.
So everyone was buzzing. I had a little selfie of Cisse in the lift. He's actually DJing in Liverpool.
I know
he's got a gig.
He's an actual DJ.
Yeah,
like
he's got a gig in May.
DJ.
On 10th of May. I think it's the day we play Arsenal. So maybe there's a little night out on the cards at Gibraltar. I think it's the 10th of May. He's playing in Hangar 34, which is actually like a 3-minute walk from my flat.
It is the 10th of May?
Yeah.
Why is the... No, wait, what? What the fuck? When we're playing Arsenal?
10th of May.
Yeah. What time is that kickoff? Is it being sorted?
I think it would be like a 5:30, maybe.
I'm looking at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, that's getting
That
moved.
can't be right.
That will be 5:30 on a Saturday, yeah.
That can't be right, lad.
Wait, it's the 10th of May is a Saturday, isn't it? Not a Sunday.
I think it's a Sunday, lad.
No. Is it? I'm pretty sure it won't be.
Mate, it's a Saturday, lad.
Yeah, Saturday. So
nah, it can't.
It's going to get moved though, bro. That'll be a 5:30 kickoff.
It has to be, lad. You can't
or
be
a
playing
12:30.
You can't be playing that game at 3 o'clock, lad.
No, of course not. That always gets changed. When it comes to April, they'll sort out all the TV rights for
the way
May.
they do that, lad.
I know, because you could be booking a flight from Australia to come and watch the game,
and
then
you can't
it changes.
organise a time.
And then it changes from Saturday 3 to Sunday 4:30, and then your stuff. So, yeah, if you want to go and see Jibril Cisse DJing in Liverpool in March, come on along.
4 games,
it'll be fun.
The last 4 games are 3-3, 3-3.
Yeah.
So they'll be changing.
But they're all getting changed, don't worry. So yeah, I had an unbelievable time, man, and like I said, the legends were all so good. I was chatting to Dirk Kuyt, lovely guy. So yeah, man, I was happy. My club and your club, our club, your club at home put on a great weekend, raised loads of money for charity, and the vibes were really good after a really difficult 2 weeks for Liverpool, where we lost the final and we went out of a cup. So yeah, listen, it is what it is. Next up, Doyle, this is a big hot topic this morning. According to El Nacional,
I know what you're going to say.
Harold Kane is seriously considering a return to the Premier League next season, with Liverpool his preferred destination. By the time next season starts, he'll be 32. Obviously, he's very much on course to win his first ever trophy, Doyle, with Bayern München this season. Probably going to win the league at a canter as well, by the way. Harry Kane to Liverpool. Could you see it?
No. Stupid. Why would we get rid of a 30-something-year-old goal scorer in Mo Salah to get a 30-something-year-old goal scorer in Harry Kane?
I don't think it would be Mo Salah. It would be Nunez and Jota might leave, and then I'm not saying this is true. I'm not saying I want it. I'm just trying to give you a bit of context.
Depends how long the contract is for. For FSG, do not like signing players
He'd get 30
over 30
goals though.
Yeah, I agree. Right,
He'd score 25.
He'd come back to Prem and he'd have something to prove, and he'd want to win the Premier League
and
again.
He's got that record in his sights.
He
needs about 60 goals.
I'm not saying that he wouldn't be great for us. It's just that doesn't make sense to me in the sense of the way FSG do things. They don't buy players over 30. They don't even give contract extensions to players that have been there for years.
We're struggling to give contract extensions.
That's not going to happen. Liverpool in this moment are going to be linked with honestly every single player under the sun.
Silly season.
And I'm not going to look at anything seriously until literally Arne Slot says, you signed for us, you know. Like, I'm not, lads, because it's just going to be relentless, especially how much we actually need to buy in the summer. And also, if we're going to win the Premier League, with the money that comes with it, we're going to be expected to spend like 200-300 million pounds, which again, FSG don't do. Like, honestly, we don't. We've been putting up all these names, like, we're going to get this player, Isaac, Harry Kane. We won't. We'll end up getting a Dutch player from the Dutch league somewhere, lad, in, I don't know, and he'll be £40 million, and he'll be dead good, and none of us will have ever heard of him. That's what's going to happen. That's the way Liverpool do it. We don't buy big names.
Did it with Mane, did it with Salah,
the only big
did it with Bobby.
We bought are Van Dijk and Alisson. Thiago.
No, but at the time, Alisson wasn't a big name. At the time, Van Dijk had only played for Southampton.
Everyone knew Van Dijk was on the path of greatness.
Sure, but in terms of like a bona fide world-class star, it's Thiago, and that's it.
All right, well, what I say then is that our biggest purchases have been Virgil and Alisson. And I can see us doing something like that again this summer, but it won't be who you think it's going to be.
Because they're all chatting about Isaac being 120 mil. Would you rather, and this is hypothetical, because neither are going to happen, because we know our club.
Exactly.
So it's just a silly question for hot Kopics that no one's ever going to listen to. Not the club. Would you rather Isaac for 120, great age, Premier League experience already, all of that, great player, or would you take Harry Kane for 50?
So, great question. Harry Kane is guaranteed to give me 20 plus goals, 30 goals maybe. Guaranteed.
I'd say 25 in this Liverpool team.
He's that good, lad.
And that's excluding Champions League and all the cups.
All of them chances
he gets
that
you 30 to 35 goals a season.
Yeah, all of the crosses, everything that's in the box, it's Harry Kane's to score without a shadow of a doubt. But if we're talking about longevity, you get Isaac, don't you? Because you want a 5-year contract on somebody like that. He's literally the best striker in the league at the moment. 120 mil, all right? Darwin gets off. Maybe someone else gets off, covers the price of that. We've just won the Prem. Yeah, I'll do it. Not going to happen, but I'll do it. Isaac is the quality, type of quality player that we need. I say.
Can you imagine Abby if Harry Kane came to Liverpool?
She'd be gutted, lad.
She'd be fully a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, she would be actually. Yeah, she'd be buying Liverpool tops and that.
She'd be buying Liverpool. She'd be with us in the Kop.
She actually would be, lads. Yeah. I would want Isaac. You'll have to let us know in the comments who you want.
I thought you would. I'd prefer Kane.
I get it because he's a definite. That's going to get you goals. But also, how long is he going to last? He's going to last. Depends what the contract is, right? If it's 2 years, 50 mil, and then we get rid of Darwin, doesn't really solve our problems. It just extends the problems, to be quite honest with you, because we're getting Mo is coming to the twilight of his career. Like, we have to be totally serious with this. He's definitely having an exceptional season, but he's not going to have 5 more of these. It's just not going to happen. He's getting on now, and it's fine. But we can't afford to go and get another player exactly like that. It just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. And when you're talking about FSG, they have a business model. They did it with the Boston Red Sox. They buy young and they buy players that are hungry. Isaac is one of them. But honestly, Isaac wouldn't. I can't even see him coming to us. I genuinely can't. He wouldn't look.
Well, Gary Neville yesterday came out and said Isaac would only go to the Liverpools, the Madrids, the Barças, or the Man Uniteds.
Not the Man United. He needs to remember that his club are crap now. Like, honestly,
it's not like
he's trying to disrespect
anymore.
Arsenal right there. That's what he's trying to do. But Arsenal are better than Man United, so that's the way it is, mate.
Jeez.
In recent history, Arsenal are a better football team than Man United. Historically, no, but recently, absolutely, mate. You're not even close. Don't even say that. That's stupid.
No, it's just totally delusional.
He'd go to Arsenal before he went to Man United right now, without a
100%.
shadow of a doubt. How stupid is that to say?
100%, man.
But yeah,
And
I don't see him come to us.
And you know, it's silly season, international break, where you're seeing debates, Virgil van Dijk or Rio, Salah or Ronaldo. I know the Saturday Social guys were debating all of this at the weekend. It's Virgil for me. And it's Salah for me over Ronaldo as well. Just saying. Quick word on Everton's new test day that they had yesterday.
Terrible.
25k in the stadium. That followed another test day where they had 10k in. And I have to say, we can banter Everton and, you know, their shit, and we can say all this and that all the time, which we will carry on to do. But I have to say, Liverpool City Council, the way that they've allowed the Sandhills train station to not be expanded and be able to hold all of these fans. And by the way, this is only 25k.
Yeah.
Imagine when it's 60k plus away fans. There's a bottleneck bridge that, you know, can only take a certain amount of weight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they've had 4 years to sort this out. Bottlenecking on a bridge, like, what is going on there? And don't forget, you're not allowed to park near the area on a match day. So, like, you know, the Blackstock, the Hot Water Comedy Club, they're in Blackstock Market now, which is just around the corner from Sandhills, and you're not allowed to park there on a match day. So that's what the City Council have done.
It's because all of the money that's going into that Everton's stadium is not from Liverpool, mate. It's not coming out of Liverpool's council. They haven't got no money. They're skint. Liverpool don't own Liverpool, lad. Honestly, it's terrible. I don't know how they've managed to get 4 years and not sort this out. But Everton are going to pay for it when it gets to the stadium and the fans can't get to the ground for 4 hours because there's a bottleneck. And also, it's dangerous as well. You don't want crowds to be...
We can banter, but it's dangerous, bro.
They've got 4 exits. I think they've only got 4 exits in the ground. That's ridiculous.
Don't get me wrong, the stadium, I went past it yesterday. It looks very modern,
it looks all right.
Futuristic.
To me, it looks like a normal ground. I'm not even disrespecting it. It doesn't look spectacular. It looks cool on the dock.
Steep.
Yeah.
Well. The steps are actually quite dangerous as well.
It looks cool on the dock next to the water, but when you get into the stadium, it pretty much just looks like a normal stadium. It doesn't look like anything special.
I don't think that's going to work.
Well, that's what
and then there was fans leaving at half time because they said there's no trains from Sandhills after.
They've made the beds, lad. They're gonna have to sit in them now. It's just the way it is. We'll see what happens, but they're gonna have to find solutions for it.
And being like, guys, how have you not?
It's not our club, so whatever.
It's not our club,
yeah.
But I'm a little bit concerned for the safety because our club will be going there.
Yeah, that's true. Also, obviously, Everton fans don't want anybody getting or whatever fans go there. You want them to be safe, of course you do, lad. That's football should never be dangerous.
You can't take the weight. That sounds like an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah, they'll have to sort it out, lads. Well, that's their problem,
innit? It is their problem. But anyway, let us know what you think about that. Content to come this week. Whatever games or whatever news happens, we'll be reacting to it here on the Kop TV. But me and Doyle will be back here next Monday previewing the derby, right? The big
2 days before it, isn't it?
2 days before we'll be previewing it. The big one is next Wednesday. And just to give you a little rundown, Liverpool home against Everton, away to Fulham, tough place to go to.
Yeah.
Home against West Ham, away at Leicester, and it's Tottenham at home. So Liverpool,
they're 5 games that we should be winning, lads.
We could win the league. We could win the Premier League in Arne Slot's first season at home to Tottenham, which means we'd get a guaranteed guard of honour away at Chelsea. And at that point, you just don't care what the score is.
Yeah, I don't care.
Most of the players
no,
would be
pissed. I do.
But
when
Arsenal
I'm going
at
to
home,
Chelsea,
mate.
when I'm going to Chelsea in the Arsenal game, I want to beat them too. I want to make sure that they know that we're the champions.
Yeah.
And then after that, we can have a little drop. You know, Brighton, if Brighton give us a draw or something, then you're like, all right, whatever, lads.
So it would be Chelsea away, Arsenal at home. We'd be getting a guard of honour if we've wrapped up the league by then. And then Brighton away and then Palace at home to lift the trophy. Touch wood.
If we do get the parade, it's the day after, innit? So it'll be the 26th. Yeah?
Yeah.
So the 25th is the last day. 26th is usually the day after that we win something.
It's a Monday though.
Yeah.
Is that a bank holiday? It's a spring bank holiday.
Yeah.
It's bank holiday Monday.
Yeah.
Right, let's look forward to that. But we've still got 2 months to wait before any of that happens. About 8 episodes time, we could be talking about Liverpool winning the Premier League.
Maybe more, maybe closer, lad, because
Maybe
Arsenal
closer.
are going to drop points. I'm saying it now. Arsenal are not going to win every game. They're not going to.
Way. Even Fulham and Everton are tough games for Arsenal.
I told you, P-Max said they're going to drop, and I usually trust P-Max's judgment, lad, because he's quite good at it, lad. He said they're going to drop points against Everton, and I said this 3 months ago, 4 months ago, before we were even far ahead. This run of fixtures was one of their most difficult, and they've dropped points already, innit? Two lots.
There you go. All right, well, it's been a pleasure. Welcome back to Hot Kopics. This is the international break. Myself and Doyle, episode 158. I hope you enjoyed the stories. If you haven't watched the vlogs from the training session at AXA or the press conference and the game itself and all that good content that we've done, please go and watch that. But until then, I'm going to Tenerife tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
I'm back on Sunday, so I'll see you here in a week, buddy.
Fantastic.
Guys, enjoy it. Take care. All the best.